One pleasant evening, as the sun rising low, Leela nestled beside Grandma Parvati, eager to hear another enchanting story. Grandma Parvati smiled warmly. Let me tell you stories of Panchatantra. The Panchatantra stories are not just entertaining but also serve as educational tools, guiding solutions to complexities of life and society. Through clever plot twists and memorable characters. The story of Panchatantra. Long ago in the kingdom of Takshashila, there lived a king who was ruling very ideally. He had 4 sons who were not intelligent. None of his sons were smart enough to rule his kingdom. The king was worried. He kept thinking for a long time. How can I make my sons smart in a very short time? He thought if my sons would know the scriptures, they would become smart very fast. Great idea! He then started looking for a teacher who would teach his sons the scriptures and make them knowledgeable and smart in a short time. His minister suggested the name of Vishnu Sharma, an old skilled Pandit. But there was another problem. It would take more than 12 years, even for an intelligent man to grasp all the elements of the scriptures. Then how could this old teacher accomplish the teaching in a short time? But Vishnu Sharma was wise. He convinced the king that he would teach princes about kingly conduct through a series of stories, which would be more effective than scriptures. Thus Vishnu Sharma compiled the stories in 5 volumes known as Panchatantra, meant to serve as the guide for the princes to learn about kingly behavior. The 5 volumes of Panchatantra are 1. The loss of friends. 2. The winning of friends. 3. Crows and owls. 4. Loss of gains. 5. Ill-considered action. Vishnu Sharma then started classes for the king's sons, educating them through stories of Panchatantra. The first story is as follows. First story. Greed is harmful. Haridatta was a Brahman who was very poor. He was a farmer, but the piece of land he cultivated gave him very little to survive. One day, unable to stand the heat of the summer sun, he went to a big tree in his land to rest for a while. Before he could spread himself on the ground, he saw in the nearby anthill a huge cobra swaying with his hood open. He thought, this cobra must buy thing from the land. From today, I will worship her. At once he went back to his village and returned with a glass full of milk. He poured it in a bowl and turning to the anthill said, Ruler of the land, I did not know you were living in this anthill. That is why I have not paid my tribute to you. Please excuse me and accept this humble offering. He then placed the bowl of milk at the anthill and left the place. Next day when the Brahman came to his land before the sun was up, he saw a gold coin in the bowl he had left at the anthill. Henceforth, he came alone every dawn, collected the corn, offered the milk in the bowl and left. One day the Brahman, leaving for another village on business, asked his son to go to the anthill and offer milk. When the son went the next day, he found a gold coin in the bowl. He collected the coin and thought, this anthill must be full of gold. If I kill the cobra, I can collect all the gold in one go instead of coming here every day. He then struck the cobra with a big stick. But the cobra deftly dodged the blow but stung the son to death with his poisonous fangs. Returning to his village the next day, Haridatta heard the story of his son's death and at once realized that greed was behind it. The Brahman went to the anthill the day after his son's cremation and offered milk to the cobra. Without coming out of his hole, the cobra told Haridatta, "You have come here for gold, forgetting that you had lost a son and that you were in mourning. The reason is greed, pure greed. From today, there is no meaning in our relationship. Blinded by his youth, your son has struck me and I bit him back. How can I forget that blow? How can you suffer the grief of your son's death? Finally, I am giving you this diamond. Don't come back again." Moral: excess of greed is harmful, and here ends the story. If you liked the video, please like it, share with your family and friends, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel.